Dr. Daniel, amazing masculine energy has graced the Global Women's Summit, which is the expression and unleashing and celebration of the feminine. Tell us about yourself and why you're here.
Well, my name is Dr. Daniel Mirza, as you rightly said. I am a property entrepreneur, property developer, wealth creator, and investment strategist, podcaster, author of multiple best-selling book. And I'm just here to share my wisdom. And I had the opportunity of hosting and mediating on a panel earlier this morning, talking about branding, the power of branding and marketing. And it was just so amazing to see the energy in the room. And it's been a great pleasure just connecting with so many female entrepreneurs, which is something that I personally am about. So it's been
There's
amazing.
500 people here, most of them incredible, extraordinary women, and then there's a few brave hearts, the men here, and we need our men
Absolutely.
to be your heroes, and your energy just exudes that. I mean, what is all this feminine? I mean, do you feel overwhelmed, or how does it feel to be surrounded by all of this energy?
I am the last of my mother's children, and my mother is my best friend. And my mother I'm so close to my mom. She's 87 now, but I speak to her almost every day. And that transforms to every single woman. Because first, I have three angles I look at every woman. So number one, a woman the mother, a woman the wife, and a woman the sister. So in my wife, I have all three. My wife, my mother, and my sister. Same to my daughter. My wife, my mother, and my sister. And sometimes I refer to my 13-year-old daughter. I say, my wife, my mother, my sister. And I think that's so important. Every single man should actually understand having the three in one. So your wife, your mother, your wife, your sister, and your mother. Because if you really look at it, that is, first of all, that's the first thing about being a female. A female is the foundation of every success. Without a foundation, even the greatest book of all time says, my people suffer because of lacks of knowledge of building the right foundation, and every woman is the foundation. So, and for me, my business has grown because I understand the foundation, which begins with my wife. I understand the success of getting my wife right, and I getting myself right, and I'm never wrong, she's never right, she's never wrong, I'm never right, and having that all together in one woman. I think the success, they say, of every single man, really and truly, if you really look at every single man that are successful out there, it is a woman. And that's true, because they said behind every man is a woman. But the truth is, if you're a man in a marriage or a man in a relationship, your success is lies in having the right relationship with your other half. So, and over the years, personally, I did an analysis of my audience the other day, and I saw over 60% of my audience are all female. And I do also believe the female entrepreneurial takeover. So I'm always very excited to be among the woman, the mother, the woman, the sister, and the woman, the wife. All three.
And oh my goodness, I can feel that in my body, that reverence, the respect. You have, it comes across, that respect, the reverence, the honoring, to see women in that way. And that's what makes us feel safe. And, I've seen you with your beautiful wife, and I see how she shines with you. And how long have you guys been together?
I've known my wife for 19 years. I have been in this country, in the United Kingdom, for 20. So apparently I met my wife a year after I first came into this country, and we've been, very happily married for 18 years.
Okay, and I'm doing that because 80% of relationships fail these days, and the one that stays together is not how you're describing it. At best, they're functional, a vehicle to bring up children. What could you say to give people hope, or maybe inspire people to not give up on love?
I think it's intentionality. One of the things, Millie, if you ask my wife this right now, is my husband is very intentional in keeping us together. The same way, she's also very intentional in keeping us together. We're not perfect. It doesn't mean we don't fall out, but It's part of the process, and we're intentional in staying together no matter what. And I think that's the best thing, because I think that often people think there's this thing about perfection. The truth is there is no perfection anywhere, but it's about the intentionality, and say, my intention is to keep you happy. And I tell my wife single day, I do everything I do because of you. And I want to be successful because of you, and I live my life for you. How wouldn't I live my life because of my wife? I've lived in England for 20 years. I'm 44 years old, so I've basically known her half of my life. So it makes no sense if, as a man, I choose, God forbid, if the worst was to happen, I say, oh, Millie, you're no longer part of my life. How many years do I have to go and build and nurture another woman? It's impossible. And that is the thing men generally need to understand. There is no perfect woman outside. The devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. And I think every man's perspective should be that. There is nothing outside. There's nothing outside.
And the relationship is a catalyst for your growth, like how you've described it, your success and all the rest of it. It's clear you know that she's been a key part of it.
Yes, absolutely. I say this all the time. Without a successful home, a man cannot have the highest level of creativity. If you're stressed as a man at home, you cannot have level of creativity.
And you see, these are the beliefs. Look at your beliefs, and these beliefs then drive the behaviors, and then this creates intent around how important your marriage is to your whole life.
Yeah, because marriage in itself, it's a challenge.
It's hard work, right?
Hard work.
Let's be clear. It's not Hollywood.
It's not, but as long as you identify it's challenge and you shine through those challenges, and that's what matters. I was speaking to a very interesting business partner the other day, someone who invested quite heavily into my business, and he said, I want to invest in you because you kept an 18 years of marriage and I haven't. It says, because if you can keep an 18 years of marriage and you're still very young, you're less than 45 years of age, and you got married very young, he said, I can do business with you because you have what it takes to keep something. And you see how marriage is transformed into business.
Wow. I hope people exactly.
You see how
Makes
marriage
sense on the bottom line, guys.
Absolutely. You see how marriage has actually transformed into business. And he said, because you have kept a marriage for 18 years, so it means that you can keep this business relationship, for as long as it wants to be, and that's what marriage can do for you. In your business, marriage is the biggest risk anyone can take. Are you willing to maintain that risk forever? Right? I met my wife, we got married within 6 months. So we basically... Intentionality. So we grew to know ourselves, and 18 years we're still together, and we are going to be here forever.
Well, you have a daughter as well, yes. And that's so precious. And what the greatest gift you're giving your daughter is this role model of what a loving relationship looks like.
Absolutely. And every man who's watching this, you want to be on the next Global Women Summit. Don't miss it. Women, you rock the nations. Yeah. And I'm so happy to be here.
And thank you so much for being here. So inspiring. And this is how we transform the world. Men don't need to be threatened by us, scared of us, compete against us, or treat us like men. Right? It's that reverence, the mother, the daughter, the sister. If everyone sees that, then job done.
Job done.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being part of the community.